live podcast. In today's podcast, this is podcast number 2, by the way. I'll be your host, and this is just a safe space where we can talk about natural hair care without the fear, the confusion, and all that sort of stuff. My name is Samantha. If you're joining us for the first time, and with us today, we have some of the team members from New Growth Natural Salon. We have here Jessica.
Hey guys.
We have Jovet, and we have Kessia.
Hey guys.
Now, our topic for today is natural hair myths we need to let go of. Kessia, why do you think natural hair myths is still so common?
So, many hair myths are outdated information, personal experience, treats, and universal facts, even social media trends that skips science. So guys, trends are on TikTok about using products in your hair to get longer, thicker hair, but doesn't mean that it works for someone, mean that it would work for you. So, yeah.
And fear plays a big role. Advice is often shared and drive people to scared, saying that, oh, for instance, my hair, you can't relax your hair. You have to relax. Oh my god.
That's all right. She's a little bit nervous, but we understand. So in a sense, you're trying to say that you have to relax your natural hair for it to be beautiful. That's what I think?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. It's okay to be a little bit nervous, Jessica.
So guys, it isn't always about products. Sometimes it's about routine. So once you be consistent, remember guys, consistency is key. So once you take care of your natural hair, it will surely grow. So I'm going to share some part of my experience and my journey in natural hair. Not because I have on the wig, guys. Doesn't mean I'm not natural. It just I'm doing a protective style to protect my natural hair underneath. And this is what I do to natural, thick, and healthy hair. I will normally wash my hair, deep treat my hair, finger detangle my hair before I go in with a whitey comb to properly detangle my hair. After that, I would put in moisturizer to moisturize my hair before blow drying, and then I will do a protective style to last me for 2 to 3 weeks. And even when that style is finished, I will normally take my time to take down the hair, because normally you guys will lose or find that you have more breakage that time if you don't properly take down your hair. So yeah.
Yeah, and hair grows regardless of whatever products you're using. What is important is length retention. Sorry guys. What is important is length retention. And you know, when a person have alopecia, for example, which is balding, simpler words for alopecia, it is balding. If you have alopecia, then your follicles probably are scarred and your hair refuse to grow. But once your hair is growing, even if it's growing at a slower rate, you are still getting growth. So in other words, length retention is what is key. You don't need a product to stimulate hair growth unless you're having hair growth issues, right?
Yes.
So length retention is really key.
And yes, guys, routine should be simple and repeatable. Remember, the only way to see results is if you are consistent.
Right. So, products don't replace habits, right? So, you may think that there's a product that could work for you, but if you don't have a good habit with your hair, it still won't make a difference.
Yeah, and that is important. What you said, Jovet,
Yes.
is really important, in that no matter how great of a product it is, once you're doing the same route, the same thing that you used to do to damage your hair, it is still gonna give you the same result no matter how great that product is.
And we were taught that natural hair is unmanageable unless altered with.
Yes.
So, you know, sometimes you have shrinkage and stuff like that. Persons are going to say that straightening it because, oh, the shrinkage doesn't look good and stuff like that. Or you should texturize your hair. But no, you should embrace your natural hair.
Yeah, and healthy routine should be simple and repeatable. Like what Kessia mentioned earlier, she said that she transitioned from her relaxed hair to natural hair, and her routine was pretty simple. She just washed her hair, deep treat her hair, moisturize her hair, did a protective style that lasted her up to 3 or more weeks, and then pretty much repeat the process. And here and there you can add in little things like if your hair need a little trimming and whatnot, but you should keep it simple in order for your hair to thrive and really see the results that you want.
Right. Yes. So you can improve the way that you manage your hair, but it doesn't change the natural state or structure of your hair. And also, being natural longer means experience,
Yes.
but it doesn't mean that you won't get breakage.
Right. It doesn't mean that something won't happen, because I have been natural for so long, and there was a point in my journey when I had to do a big chop, because my hair changed so much. It got so brittle and so damaged, not because I wasn't taking care of my hair anymore. I just gave birth to my son. So I had what you call postpartum hair loss, and you shed like a cat. You shed more than a cat during that time. And I remember one day I woke up and my edges seemed like somebody took a scissors and just cut right through, and then I had this bald patch in the crown area of my head, and it was like so awful, right? So that is something that I had to cope with along my journey. And a lot of times we tend to forget that hormones and medications and our state of well-being, like stress and stuff, alter our hair in so many cases. So the same thing that you did at the start of your journey may not be something that you definitely need to continue on for your hair journey to be successful.
Yes. And for that, you should stop forcing comparisons. Okay, guys? Because the texture of your hair, my hair texture can be different from yours, can be different from Jovette's hair texture, can be different from Samantha's and Kessie's hair texture. So you should stop forcing comparisons.
And yes, hair changes over time. So not because your hair changed doesn't mean it's not growing, guys. And the best way to deal with those situations is when you know your hair. You know the porosity, you know the density, and all of that stuff. So it's best to manage your hair.
Yeah, and like I said before, what worked years ago may not work now. So it's important for you to learn about your hair and switch it up when it needs to be switched up.
Right, that's correct.
We want to hear your point of view. We want to hear your question. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up because you're super duper awesome. Share this live stream. Share our podcast. We want to know, how long have you been natural? Let me pull out this phone. How long have you been natural? And what are some of the challenges that you've been experiencing on your natural hair journey? I'm pulling up this phone so I can check your comments here. Just a moment, guys. Type in the chat how long you've been natural for. What are some of the challenges that you have experienced? Have you ever had to do the big chop? And, how is your hair growth journey going? How long have you been natural, Jessica?
When I've been natural, so I want to share a story with you guys. Okay, so I remember when I was pregnant, right? I did some natural hairstyles and stuff like that. Right after I had baby, like a week after, my hair was so nice, natural, beautiful, everything. But I wasn't embracing my natural hair at that time, you understand? So I went to the hairdresser and got my hair relaxed. During that time, oh my God, my hair fell right off. So I had to start all over again with that journey. But now I've been natural like for 1 year now, almost a year, I should say.
And I've watched your hair change over the period of time. There was a time when you colored it.
Yes.
When you were transitioning.
Yes,
you keep going back and forth. So for everybody, each person's journey is pretty much different from others. Yes. So this is my takeaway for you today. Healthy hair comes from understanding, consistency, and patience. Matter of fact, heavy on the patience because our hair, trust me, listen, you have to be patient with your natural hair to see the result that you want to that you definitely want to receive.
And remember, your ear is not broken, guys. So you must love your ear, embrace your hair. You understand?
So let go of myths
and make
your
room for
growth.
growth.
That is it.
Thank you guys for spending time with us today on today's episode of the podcast for New Growth Naturals. If you're just joining, we're sorry. This is the end of the podcast, but you can join us again next Wednesday, same time, with our new topic that we'll be sharing next Wednesday. And we'll just want to go through your comments one time. Shout out to JCLM.
Hi JCLM, welcome guys.
She's saying, wait, I just came in, start over, love. Shout out to Jessie.
But I mean, we can answer some of the
Yes.
comments, right?
Okay, so somebody, I think Jessie, I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. She says, often I should get trims. How often should I get trims? I felt like my hair hasn't gotten past a certain length. Yes, it's on the longer side, but I want to get to waist length and get my thickness back. Okay, so here's the thing, Jazzy. How often you should trim? Now, we believe that trimming should be necessary. In other words, if you have split ends, if you have those strangly ends that are knotting up, creating knots and single strand knots, if you have damaged ends, then you should definitely go and trim them off. But if you're a person that stick to your routine, I find that when you stick to a routine, trimming is not so much you don't necessary, because you tend to wash your hair, do your treatment, do your protective style. So like twice per year should be sufficient if you're that consistent with your regimen. However, if you're just starting your journey and most of your hair is damaged and you don't want to do away with all that length, you can trim your hair like every 3 months, cutting off the bad ends until you get to where you want the health of your hair to be. Then you can trim less. But for your stage now, where you're saying that you do have a lot of length, but you want to grow to waist length, only trim damaged ends, darling. You don't need to be cutting your hair for it to be straight. That's another myth that we see spread on social media. Our hair doesn't grow and fall. Sorry, Jessica, just let me get this out. Our hair doesn't grow and fall on one length. It doesn't, because your hair is growing. It's in a growth phase. You have anagen, catagen, and telogen. You have the phase where your hair is growing. You have the phase where it is resting. You have the stage where it is falling out. And that is happening right at the same point at every all over your head. That is happening. 3 stages is happening at once. So if your hair is falling out in some areas, it means that you're gonna have longer lengths, shorter lengths, and hair of different lengths on your hair growing naturally. What you need to be careful of is when your hair grows and it gets stringly at the ends and it starts knotting and tying up on itself, that may actually cause breakage, and that's what we're trying to prevent, the breakage, so we can retain more length, right? Go right into it, Jessica. Sorry. I hope you haven't forgotten your point that you wanted to make.
So sometimes when we say damaged hair, right, there are persons that are transitioning from relaxed hair or textured hair, and those ends, they have those straight ends or those damaged ends. So you get repeat
or keratin.
Yes, and stuff like that. Or they silk press the hair and So you don't. Some persons rather not to chop off everything one time.
So they like to transition.
Yes, so they like to transition into it until when they're ready to just clip off those ends and stuff like that.
Yes. Well, like I said, guys, this is the end of our podcast. Jessie is saying, thanks for saying that. I just started trimming while curly. My hair grew fast in 3 months. I'm fully natural since 2011, and congratulations to you, Jessie. So proud of you. But until next time, guys, stay rooted, and see you in next week's podcast next Wednesday. Join us early so you don't get to miss it. And if you're just joining, just restart the video, okay? Right. We'll leave it up for you. Bye. Bye.